Hello, my dear friends. Welcome. My name is Rabbi Resnick. I'm the rabbi here in Norwich, Connecticut, at Brothers of Joseph. So I'd like to focus on something very interesting in this week's Parsha, Parshat Shemini. So in the middle of, in this week's Parsha, we have the phrase, Darosh, Darash, Moshe. So we have the two words, Darosh, Darash, which are spelled the same and with different vowels in each word, and then the name Moshe. And it means that Moses, expounded upon and preached whatever the Torah is talking about at that point. So the sages in the Talmud tell us something very interesting, that if you count every word in the Torah, the midpoint between those two words, Darosh, Darash, that's the midpoint of the Torah as far as words go. So there's an equal number of words on each side of those two words, from the beginning of the Torah until Darosh, and then from the second Darash until the end of the Torah. So Rabbi Michal Azuz took this idea and expounded upon it beautifully. And he takes the vowelization of each word and relates it to the beginning and the end of the Torah. Namely, he says that the first word is Darosh, and it's vowelized with a cholam. That's an O, which makes an O sound. Darosh, Darosh. That's a cholam. The second one, which appears right after it, is Darash, which has a patach. You can see I wrote in the names of the vowels there. Cholam and a patach. So Rabbi Azuz relates this to our efforts when we begin learning Torah. So the first word is Darosh. When we begin learning Torah, and again, the vowel is a cholam, so that's very similar to the word chalom. Chalom means to dream. And Rabbi Azuz says that when we first start learning Torah, it may seem like a dream to us, like, oh my gosh, the Torah is so broad and so expansive. How will I ever do this? It seems like a faraway dream. But by the time we get into it, we get to the second half of the Torah, so to speak, so it becomes darash with a patach. Patach, which makes an ah sound, is related to the word patuach, which means open. So the Torah becomes an open book for us. By the time we get into it, by the time we get to the midpoint of the Torah, so to speak, it becomes an open book for us. And another possible way to understand this is that when a person first begins their Torah studies, it seems like a beautiful dream, like they're walking in the clouds, like a dream. And by the time a person, it continues to be like a dream, but by the time a person gets into it, patuach, their mind opens up. It opens up their heart and their mind and their soul, and it becomes an open book. So with that, I give all of us my deepest wishes and blessings that we should continue our Torah study and go deeper and deeper. Don't be frustrated or with your initial efforts. And I'm always available to study together online. I did a class on Zoom this week, and I hope to continue. And I wish all of you an upcoming Shabbos of beauty and peace and rest and inspiration. Thank you so much.